Hey Kipsters, this is lesson 13, multiplying and dividing fractions. And this is question number 7. And as you know in the brain strategy, the B stands for block, so I'm totally blocking out these answers. And I'm just going to read the question and try and solve it without even looking at those answer choices. So here we go. Ramon mows his neighbor's lawns to earn extra money. It takes him 1 1/4 hours to mow one lawn, and he has 7½ lawns left to mow. How many hours will it take him to finish? Okay, so I want to know how many hours it's going to take him to finish. It takes him 1 1/4 hours to mow one lawn, and he's got quite a few lawns left to mow. But here's the thing. I see fractions in a word problem, and the first thing I want to do is simple substitution. I'm going to pick numbers that are easier than 1 1/4 and 7½ and put them into the problem and reread them. So instead of 1 1/4, why don't I just pick, 2. And instead of 7½, why don't I just pick 8? Just picking easy numbers, that's all. I'm going to reread the problem with the easy numbers. And if that helps me figure out what operation to do, that's the operation I'm going to do. Ramon mows his neighbor's lawn to earn extra money. It takes him 2 hours to mow one lawn, and he has 8 lawns left to mow this weekend. How many hours will it take him to finish? See, this makes more sense to me. It takes him 2 hours. Let me just write this down over here. 2 hours, and that gives me one lawn. If he has 8 lawns left to go, what do we have to do to figure out the number of hours? If you have 8 lawns left to go, am I taking 2 and 8 and multiplying them together? I think I am. Because that's going to take, if he has 8 lawns, that's going to take him 16 hours. How did I get that? I took the 2 and I multiplied it by 8. So guess what? I figured out through simple substitution that this problem is multiplication. And that's huge, because now all I have to do is take the 2 numbers and multiply them together. Not too easy, but let's go over here and do that. 1 1/4 times 7½. Now look, you might be wanting to shoot, and reduce right away, but with mixed numbers, you have to remember that you have to crank each mixed number. So 1 1/4, converting that into an improper fraction first, denominator times the whole, add it to the top, let's go. Okay, so that's 4 times 1 plus 1, that gives me 5. Keep the sum up top, then I leave the bottom alone. Cool. Got 5/4 times, same idea here. Make the mixed number into an improper fraction. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1, that gives me 15. See if you can do it faster than me, yo. Here we go. Leave the bottom alone. Got 5 times 15, and I just shoot, and reduce. Okay, I can definitely do the bottom in my head. But the top, might have to do to the side, no big deal. No shame in showing the work. 15 times 5, I got 5. Bump to plus 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2, that's 75 over 8. We're close. I'm looking at my answer choices now. I do not see any improper fractions, so I'm going to have to do a little get off my back, kicking it back to 5th grade, not freaking out about it. 8 goes into 75, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80, oops. That's looking like it goes in 9 times, with a remainder of 3. And you all know how that works. The 8 and 3 love each other. So the 8 comes over, slaps around the R, says, let me be with my 3. So my final answer, 9 and 3/8. Looking at my answer choices, is it there? Is it there? There it is. Okay, cross this out, eliminate, eliminate, and we have our final answer. The moral of the story here, you get a fraction, you get a word problem that involves fractions. Use simple substitution. Pick numbers that are easy to work with. Reread the problem. When you reread the problem, if you can figure out the operation, then do it on the original fractions in the problem. And remember that when you multiply mixed numbers, you first have to crank that. See you later.